When I'm looking at back pain in pregnancy, I like to approach it from 3 different ways. So the first one is stretches. It's always nice to release and relax different areas of back, not always where you feel that soreness or tightness. Then strengthening and stability, specifically around the pelvis, so core strength. But also bum strength and what's going on in the upper body. And then thirdly, I like to look at what we're doing day to day that's making that back pain happen as well. So let's look at those individually one by one. So when it comes to pregnancy posture, what tends to happen is the pelvis tips forwards. So if you think of your stomach and baby getting bigger, then as baby gets bigger, baby draws forwards, and what happens is the back takes all that weight. So we're in this nice upright position, and then baby comes forwards, and can you see that my back curves a lot more? There's other things going on as well, but the compression in the back can often come from that forward posture. So if you're not sure whether that's something that's going on with you or not, what you can do is grab a belt or a charger is quite good as well. Anything that's going to dangle, and you're going to place it at your hip. And where the end of that goes should be round about the bone of your ankle. So you can see mine sat there. So I've got the bony part of the hip right at the side. So it's the bit that you might stick out if you're sat with a toddler on your hip. So right there, and then right over the ankle. Now, if I go into that pregnancy posture, so I'm letting baby draw me forwards, my back is compressing. Can you see that that belt has gone all the way forwards to the toes? So I might look like I'm quite upright, but actually my weight is forwards and I'm leaning back. So it's all going on in the back. And then if I bring it back upright, everything kind of feels easier. So check with the belt, see where your weight is hanging. And then the other thing is to think of, when you're in your upright posture, can you lift your toes off the floor? So I'm in this upright, in this forward posture, and on my toes are not coming off the floor very easily. And my legs are really locked on. So then if I come back towards my heels, I can pick my toes up, and my bum is more relaxed, my legs are more relaxed. So get a sense of where in your feet you're holding that weight. That's the other way you can do. So check with the strap, and then check with your feet. Can you lift up your toes? And can you then, if not, bring your weight back more in alignment with your heels, or just at the front edge of the heel. So not right at the back, but the front edge of the heel. If you bring it back to there, bringing your hips back towards your heels, you should be able to avoid that back pain position. One of my favourite releases is using the wall. It could be a door, as long as the door doesn't open outwards so you can't fall through. You could do it in the kitchen, on the fridge if it's fairly sturdy. So anything that's nice and strong. Your hands are going to be round about shoulder height, and then from there you're going to pull your hips back to get the stretch into your upper back. So I'm a bit close in there. I'm going to walk back a little bit so I can feel this more. You'll just have to judge it. When you're in this upright posture, make sure again you're not sinking into your back. So you pull back with your hips, nice and easy. Should feel a lovely stretch in your upper back. From there, knees are bent. You're going to tuck your bum under and curl into the whole of your spine, and then start to unravel and come back up to that straight line position, again not sinking through. So we pull back, get the stretch in your upper body, make sure you don't sink through. So hips pull back, think of the middle of your bum, there's a bone there, you want to feel that that's pointing straight back behind you. So pulling straight back, and then tuck the tailbone under, curl through, knees are bent, remember, and then you're coming up one little bit at a time. Should feel really nice. You can also add to this, so you pull back, hold that position nice and relaxed, and then pull one hip back, let your knee push forwards, and then go with the other side. So pulling one knee back as the other knee pushes forwards, staying with that, or start to look underneath the arm of the straight leg. And then you're getting a lovely rotation through your upper body. Your hips are still going straight back behind you, but your ribs should be just slightly twisting, which is another great stretch. Come back to center, bend those knees, tuck the bum under, and curl yourself up, and then step into the wall to come up to standing. So to get the core to switch on, we're going to come down onto all fours, and we're going to use get the core switching on automatically before we add anything. So both hands on the floor, knees on the floor. Watch your back here as well, so make sure you're not sinking down. Make sure you're lifted, so your head, your shoulders, your hips are all about the same level. You're then going to imagine that your hands are super glued to the floor, so you're going to go to lift them, but you won't be able to lift them. We're going to do it on a breath out, so there's no straining. So breathe in. As you breathe out, go to lift your hand up off the floor, but you can't because it's stuck. And then breathe in, release. And again, breathe out, go to lift your hand up off the floor, but you can't because it's stuck. And then breathe in, release. Now, as you do this, keep going. You should find that you are staying still and not rocking from side to side. And nothing is moving, so you're not arching through or dropping through. Everything is still, but your core is switching on. So you can see from me that my stomach is drawing up. That's what you might feel, is baby hugging in. And then you might also feel it in your pelvic floor. If you can't feel it as you start doing it, as you start to pull, then can you feel it as you release? So breathe out, try to lift, breathe in, let go, let everything relax. And you should find you feel baby sink back down again. So breathing out, go to pull, you can't pull, and then breathe in, release. And again, breathe out, pull, but it can't lift, it's staying stuck. And then breathe in, release. So once you get that, you can add it in an actual lift. So breathe out, you go to pull, you can't pull, you can't pull, you can pull, and then release. And again, go to pull, you can't pull, and then you can. So then you can go into these cat pedals, nice and balanced left to right, and you should feel your core switching on automatically because we've done that first little bit of stuckness. And again, you want to feel that release every time you put your hand down and breathe in. So breathing out, no strain, breathing in, release, and again breathing out to lift and breathing in to release. And then just get yourself back onto your heels, give yourself a little rest off your wrists. So that's my three-pronged attack on back pain. There's loads more stretches and releases and strengthening moves and day-to-day stuff you can do as well. So if you'd like to know more, just comment back pain below and I will send you a link to a free set of other little exercises that you can do.